Hey everybody, it's Helen Hillix, intuitive counselor, spiritual coach. I'm hopping on today because a couple of things that have kind of come to me during my work with clients this morning about loving ourselves. And I see all kinds of stuff about loving ourselves on on Instagram and Facebook all the time. And I really resonate with it. Hey, Ryan, I'm talking about loving ourselves. I resonate with all the stuff that people put out about loving ourselves, how important it is and everything. And sometimes we need to think of ourselves as amazing and magical and all of that. And sometimes we need to just put all that grandiosity to the side and say, I love myself because I've made it through all the fucking shit up to this point. I've made it through incredible trauma. I've made it through all this bullshit that life has thrown at me. And I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I still have the courage to face things. Hey, Manuela, nice to see you. We're talking about loving ourselves, and not in the grandiose, puffed up way of, oh, you're so awesome, you're so amazing, you're so fabulous, you're magic. Even though sometimes we need to think that, because it really is magical that we manage to make it through all this stuff. Thank you for the hearts. It's magical that we make it through all of this. But what I'm talking about is that deep acceptance that we all have been craving all our lives. We get to give it to ourselves. We get to hold ourselves, tenderly. Hey, Rebecca, we're talking about self-love. We get to hold ourselves tenderly, even, looking in the mirror and putting our hands on our faces and saying, I love you. I love you. I'm never going to leave you. I'm always going to be with you. I'm always going to be rooting for you. And everything makes me cry these days, but I don't care. It's so powerful, that feeling that we're safe because we love ourselves. We accept ourselves, not for some grandiose image of ourselves that puffed up, oh, I'm amazing, I'm a queen, I'm a king, I'm a whatever. No. Although there's nothing wrong with occasionally thinking in that way, but it's really more about a deeper kind of love of our flawed selves, of our everything about us. We get to love and accept who we are and still think that we are wonderful. Hey, Richard, welcome. We're talking about self-love. We get to love ourselves the way we are, and we get to think that that we're magical because the universe made us. Not because of anything that we do, not because of anything we say, not because even that we make a contribution, although those are wonderful things. I encourage us all to make contributions. Nothing makes us feel better about ourselves than to take action to help humanity. But even if you can't today, you still get to love yourself. I still get to love myself. Even if I don't do a damn thing to make a contribution today, I'm still on earth for a reason, and I get to love myself. I had a client last night who's been depressed for years, and she has started exercising and doing yoga, and she started saying, oh, I just did. And I said, no, you don't get to say I just did. Get that word out of your vocabulary. There is no just did. It's a miracle what you've done. And I want to say that to you. Sometimes getting up and taking a shower is an amazing act of self-love because it's the best you can do that day. And you don't get to say, I just took a shower. Anybody could do that. No, that's not it. You get to say to yourself, I took a shower. I bathed myself. I did an act of self-care. And everything that we do every day, we get to give ourselves credit for doing that. And everything that we acknowledge about ourselves, even when we can't do a thing, we get to acknowledge, I'm still here. I'm still fighting for my life. I still matter. Thank you so much for the hearts. I still matter. And nothing can take that away. And the more we develop that love for ourselves in the deepest core of our being, no matter what we're doing on the outside, That's what builds the ability to change. If we don't have some essential self-love, self-acceptance, we cannot have the courage to change. And then the world doesn't get to have your blessing, because every one of you, I can't, Nobrega, welcome Nobrega. We're talking about self-love and the importance of having acceptance and love of ourselves, even when we can't do a damn thing to make a contribution, even when we're not happy with the way we're behaving. We get to keep developing over and over and over a core of self-love and self-acceptance, self-encouragement, self-comforting in a healthy way. We get to develop all those skills so that we can have the courage and the strength to begin to make little changes that will help us be more functional, or that will help us be kinder, or that will help us, whatever it is that we dream of being, to help us be more of service to humankind. So that's the message for today. It's a short one. I hope you all, if anybody has a question for me about self-love, want to make a comment to me about self-love, I'd be happy to answer it. And if not, that's what I wish for you today, is a day where you notice more and more self-love, where you treat yourself tenderly, where you treat yourself as your best friend, or as you would treat your beloved baby. That you treat yourself with that same kind of tender self-love. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I love you, and I will be talking to you often. I am, again, Helen Hillocks. I've got 35 years of experience as a licensed counselor and intuitive counselor, spiritual coach, and I want to offer my gifts to the world. So I love you, and here you go. Have a great day.